How I made $805 today. So we ran up today. This was 8:30. Okay, there was no news today, y'all. No news. And look what the market did. It just dumped like high. We got this long wick, so I was confident of a market structure shift to the downside. We had a big 1 minute fair value gap here, 1 minute fair value gap here, and then a 15-minute fair value gap here, as you can see. So I originally had two take profits here, and on my MT4, there's a gap right here. Like this was a gap. It wasn't even like a fair value gap like this, like a full gap, like a jump in the market. So I was gonna hold till then, but lately we've seen a lot of big traders have also been saying this, like the markets have been cray. So I basically got in, we got displacement, a fair value gap. I got in two contracts here. I waited for this to go up in case it just went into the fair value gap and wanted to keep going higher. I got in one, I waited for the second candle. I got in two more here. And I raised my lot size up a little bit to point to back to 5 lots. I did 4 yesterday. So I did 4 5-lot contracts today. This was the middle of the fair value gap, this one, and this was the bottom. So I sold one at the bottom, and then I want to sell one more here at the bottom of this fair value gap, and then the last 2 contracts here. I sold one, and then I honestly want to sell the rest here because like I said, all week it's been doing this to me. It'll go down, it'll come up a little bit, it'll sweep this previous point of liquidity and then just reverse on me instead of going to my target. So I should have sold here. I waited, I sold about right here. I saw that on the 15-minute, we got like a long wick, like it was going back up. It looks like it might keep going our way right now, but the way the market's been this week, I was just like, let me just take my money and run. Since there was a gap here on MT4 and probably on like Thinkorswim, if you're on Thinkorswim, there's probably a gap here, like an actual gap, not like candles like this, where the market's going to fill those. So after the run up though, we've been going higher every day. So again, it could come down here and just go up. It could just come here and go up because we did get a market structure shift here. This is a fair value gap from the market structure shift. So it could keep going up to go higher, could keep going down. Who knows? But I took my money and I'm just slowly taking my money. I've also thought about scalping, like using maybe like the highest lot size I've used is like, I think a 10 or a 15. I've been thinking about using like a 20 or 30, just using 1 or 2 and catching these market structure shifts and just catching these like smallish movements here, or even like the market structure shifts that usually come down a little bit and then come back up and just take it down to the next liquidity instead of like targeting like far liquidities like this. I'm thinking about starting to like still do market structure shifts after liquidity sweeps, but more of a scalp-ish thing. And also I'm talking about yesterday, how I told y'all I got in here at this good displacement and I sold up here, but we wanted to wait for liquidity up here. Let me mark that for y'all. It did hit liquidity at like 3 p.m. So like I said, if you were holding, remember I have my stop loss right here because of lately, even like on my trade today, I've been making my stop losses a little shorter because the risk is just bigger versus the all-time protected low, which is if you're going to hold all day, you'd want this protected low because it was choppy, but it did hit final take profit without stopping you out if you had that low. But I originally had it here because lately things have been going my way a little bit, not hitting my take profit like this, and then just reversing all the way down. So that's why I took my profit and had a smaller low for just less risk because I was holding the last few, being patient, and not hitting my take profit like this and just stopping me out. So I should have just took my gains. So that's why today, as you see, my stop loss was these relative equal highs here instead of the protected high. I probably did this protected high, now way up here, but you see how far way up here was for if you say you waited for maybe it would trade back up here and then hit my take profit, but that's just so much risk. This is a huge risk and it's just not worth it to me. That's how my biggest losses were because I was confident a lot of the times it will go all the way up here just to go your way. But if the one time it doesn't, because no strategy is 100%, your loss is just so much bigger. And that's why I did not like. I'd rather just have my wins and my losses be smaller and take what I can take. Because there's some moves like this, market structure shift is going to go at least to the fair value gap, to the bottom of the big one. And even then, it could even at least go to the middle one. You could have sold at this middle of the fair value gap because that's a premium. And that's why I have my 15-minute or my higher time frames on the sides. You can just kind of know where it's going. Again, it still could go down, but we saw this week in February, it's been going a little crazy. And I also don't like trading that long. I got on the chart at 8:30. I was done at what, 9:12. That was like a 42 minutes on the chart today. I made $800 in 42 minutes. I will take that. Yes, you can wait for the $3,000, $2,000 trades of the day. That might take 4 or 3 hours. But again, making 840, not even, this trade happened in what? Yeah, in like 30 minutes. I'll take that. It looked like it's going our way now. So should I get back in? No, I'm done. But yeah, let me know if y'all are still in. Y'all are waiting for it to come sweep this liquidity. Let me know if you're gonna wait and maybe take the reversal back up if it hits one of these 1 hour or 4 hour fair value gaps. These are the trades of the day I really like to take though, and it goes down all the way down, 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 and then we catch the reversal of the day. So I might get back on if it taps all the way down here, but if not, I like my money. Oh, there it goes. I want one of my second take profit here. And probably gonna hit it. But yeah, made my money for today and I'm good.